Welcome back to another session in series of learning C programming. Continue to the pointer concept. Today we'll talk about pointer assignment. So in this I have given some example that I took two variables a is equal to 10, b is equal to 11. Okay, these are what normal variables. So always it is very better to draw this memory organization to understand the picture very clearly. Now, as the moment when you gave this instruction to the CPU or in the program, immediately variable will get existed in the memory, right? So that is variable name will be and variable address and the value as I initialized this variable. So that a is having 10 value. Okay, now a is updated with 10. Now b is updated with what? 11, right? So I have given here 11. Fine. Now next statement is what? Int star p and star q. What is the star p? It is declared as a pointer variable. Star q is declared as a pointer variable. Okay. Now ah, p is equal to ampersand a. What does it mean? That is address of a. Address of a is going to store as a value into the p, and this is what we were discussed about pointer variable. Now let's see. And so these two things will get existed like this: p comma q. Address of p is 2000. This is assumption. The address 2000 3000 will get differ from system to system. Okay, p address is 2000, q address is some 3000. Now p is equal to address of a. Now that is what? Pointer variable value is address of a. What is address of a? 1000. That is going to store as a value into this pointer variable. Right? Now p refers to which variable? A. That p is pointing to the address of a. Okay, p is pointing to the address of a. Now look at this. Q is equal to p. What is p? What is p? Address of a. Now q is pointing to q is pointing to q is pointing to address of a. What is in the address of a? Value of q. Value of a. So p is pointing to a. Q is also pointing to a. Did you understand? P is equal to address of A. P is pointing to address of A. That is, P is pointing to 1000. What is there in 1000 location? Value 10. Now Q is equal to P. What is P? Address of A. Address of A. What is the value of address of A? 10 again, right? Now, both the variables are pointing to A. Now look at this. So, I am going to display the variable A value using of three different statements, that is a star p star q. What is a? General variable, so it will print as a value of 10 because a is holding a value of 10. So as the moment I print this, as the moment I display a variable value, it will display as 10, no doubt. Value of 10 will come out. Now star p is what? Indirection pointer or indirection operator. The star indicates indirection operator, and this star indicates pointer declaration. Here it is just we are declaring a pointer variable, and here we are operating, like you are accessing the indirection pointer or operator. Now what is star p? Star p is what? Star indicates that indirection operator indicates that it is a value. Whose value is that? P is having ampersand here, right? Right? Star, how I can write this? Star P is what? Address of A. So address of A, we are pointing to the address of A to retrieve the value. So we'll point to the address of A. Address of A is 1000. Star indicates value. What value is there in address of 1000? 10. So the output of this variable is 10. Okay. Now come to star q. What is star q? Star q is again what? Q is again what? P. Now again star q means what? See, star q. Q is what? P, right? Now P is what? Address of A, right? Now again you are going for to print 10. Fine. So in these many ways you can print A value. You can display A value or you can access A value through P pointer as well as through Q pointer. So you can assign a pointer variable like this. Now let's see the second example. Here in this example, int a is equal to p, b is equal to 11. Int star p and star q, p is equal to ampersand a, q is equal to ampersand b. Up to here for everyone it is clear, I believe, because these are two variables, general variables, so 10 and 11. Star p, star q, that is these two are being created, p and q. Then p is equal to ampersand a. That pointer p is pointing to address of a, that is 1000. Q is ampersand b, that is q is pointing to b. Now star q is equal to star p. What does it mean? Look at this, star q, star p. P is what? Address of a. Star 1000, that is we are pointing to 10. So we will be printing 10, 10, 10. Now look at this, the program. And I have to tell here very important thing, that if you are writing here star q and star p, okay, if I write here star q and star p, and I'm not writing that star q is address of b, okay. If I don't write star q, what it is going to have? Something like this. So here, before I write this statement, I should write q is equal to some ampersand b. Am I right? If you don't write this statement, if you wanted to do this assignment, it will throw an error or else abnormal termination. You can see that if we write star p, star q is equal to star p in the above program without writing star q is equal to address of the variable, will get an error or abnormal termination. So before you assign any value to the pointer, you should before of it you should write what is the variable, what is the address of the variable it is going to store. That you have to write, otherwise you will be getting an error. Now let's see this thing. Now this is what a sample program. You can execute this program in your system. So once I'll execute this program, I'll put this link into description. You can check the output of the same program later. Now you can copy this program and you can check into your laptop. Int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 5, star p, star q. P is equal to ampersand a. Now q is equal to p. Now this is valid. You can see the output for this code. But for which code you can't see? If you put here star q is equal to star p without writing this statement in the above program, then you cannot execute this program. Okay. For this code you will get an output. Sure, you will get an output of 10, 10, 10. You will get. But for which sort of program you will not get the output? If you write this star q is equal to star p without writing star q is equal to ampersand of variable. If you don't write these two lines of code, then your program will not get executed. In turn, it will throw an error or else abnormal termination. So it is mandatory thing for pointers. Whenever you treat one variable as a pointer variable, you should assign address of the variable into that pointer. Okay. So this is what the procedure, what has to be followed to assign a pointer, or simply you can call this as pointer assignment. Thank you all.